Welcome to Pathways to Success, a program that supports micro, small, and medium enterprises here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Beauty standards are deeply rooted in the history and belief systems of every culture. In the Philippines, factors such as colonization, globalization, and media have shaped these standards. Choosing to go for a quick or instant fix to achieve these ideals can harm self-esteem and mental health in various ways. To harmonize beauty and well-being, a non-surgical and non-invasive medical spa like Zen Institute offers holistic approaches to address the needs of Filipinos when it comes to beauty. We have here today the CEO and visionary behind Zen Institute, Dr. Mary Jane Torres. Good morning, Doc MJ. Welcome.
Good morning, and I'm glad I'm here.
I'm so happy to have you here today because the beauty and wellness industry is, of course, a multi-billion industry and constantly evolving.
Yes.
But let's start with your background as a medical doctor. How did you know this is the specialization that you want to be in?
Oh, it's a personal story, you know. I initially wanted to be in pediatrics, you know, because I'm petite, so I want to be with children. But, you know, as I go along, my mother actually inspired me to be in this industry.
Yeah.
She actually had what we call a iatrogenic disease. It means like all her diseases are caused by doctor's complication.
Oh.
The irony of it. And so eventually when I was, you know, looking at which, or deciding what field I have to choose, she had these blisters all over her body. And I said, you know, Mom, I need to be part of your diagnosis.
Yeah.
And so I started reading books and I said, if these blisters are just caused by infection, I'm not going into dermatology. But if these blisters are caused by autoimmune disease, then it means it's going to be with her for the rest of her life.
Yes.
And I want to take part with it. So the
it
biopsy
stems from her story.
Biopsy turned positive for autoimmune disease, and that's when I decided I'll go into dermatology.
Yeah, and it's all you espouse holistic treatments and less chemicals or none at all.
Yes, because with autoimmune disease, you not only take care of the disease in itself, like the skin problem, but you also have to take care of inside. So you need to give good nutrition, a good environment, a positive environment will help.
It really starts from within, right? So take us back to the early 2000s when you first opened Zen Institute. Why did you open it?
Okay, so early on, I was like a consultant in this fitness center, and I was asked to create a skin clinic inside a fitness facility. So with that environment, I combined the fitness and the skin treatments, and that created my vision to start everything in a holistic approach. Then I left for further training because I find it, I need to know further how to do this approach. So I left for Europe, and when I came back, I thought of setting up the Zen Institute.
Yeah, and your entrepreneurial journey has been long and inspiring. Tell us about that. And through the years, how was it? How was the competition as well?
Okay, it's been very challenging for me because when I started the Zen Institute, that was the height of liposurgery. You know, all the big players are there, they have the money, they have the network, and I'm just in my late 30s starting the Zen Institute. So I thought of looking at the blue ocean strategy, you know, that's how they call it, meaning what is the thing that is unique in the Zen Institute that can probably make me shine, or the Zen Institute shine for that matter. So what I did was, because they're doing everything surgical, liposurgery, quick fixes.
Very invasive, yeah.
Yeah, very invasive, but that was it at the time. I thought of, let's do it non-surgical. Let's do body sculpting non-surgical. And then I started inserting the lifestyle, the nutritional, the workout plan, you know, create that weight management would be part of body sculpting, and that was early 2006.
Yeah, I guess this is also the secret to your sustainability, right? Explain this to us further. How did you achieve sustainability in the beauty industry?
Okay, so you know, beauty, health, and wellness is something that's very personal. And maybe that's the reason why Zen Institute is not many, because I am still very hands-on with my patients. Usually, we tailor fit the approach. So not every person has the same program. We have to see what they need, how can they go about the program. Some are very lazy to work out, so I really have to, you know, do some coaching. You know, I'll give them motivation on how to have a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, and beauty plays a crucial role to our identity, right? So how would you describe your clients? What are their major concerns?
Okay, most of my clients would usually come to me and would say, ask me, is there anything that's wrong with me? You know, and you have to be very careful in assessing them. So it's really a doctor-patient consultation, asking them and probing, you know, what do they think about themselves. You cannot force the issue on them saying, look, you have a square jawline. You don't just do that to patients. You have to ask first their background, what's uncomfortable to them, what's comfortable, even the approach of how, if they want injection or just a machine treatment. Then we check on their expectations. What do you want us to do for you in a span of, let's say, 1 month? So that is very challenging, but you know, it's all about the patient here, not about the doctor.
Yeah, and their perception of beauty is very personal, right? Maybe there were influences growing up that made them think, okay, this is my ideal as to how I would like to look like, right? Right. So, well, let's talk about the pandemic. It happened. How did your perspective in beauty and business evolve?
Okay, just a little bit of drama. I didn't go out of the room for a week when pandemic sets in because I wouldn't.
Many of us did not, yes.
The room, not the house, because I was really, you know, trying to cope with what's going on. But, you know, what pushed me to cope with pandemic, and not just cope for myself, but for the company, is when my eldest son, who was then at PGH, he's a doctor at PGH, an orthopedic surgeon, he became frontliner. Okay, doing
one
all
of our heroes, the frontliners. Yes, your son was there.
Yes, yes, and PGH then was the COVID hospital. So I said, what am I doing here hiding when my son is there facing the challenge? So I started thinking of what we can do. And you know, I taught my nurses how to swab, to swab for RT-PCR, for antigen testing, and all the people with positive results. You know what I did? I did teleconsultation for free.
Wow.
Because for me, that's going to be my part. I want to take part in
doing
this
your part,
pandemic. It's like a payback, you know. And until we suddenly opened, you know, wellness and health suddenly opened, and we emphasized further the you know, the importance of being healthy.
Very admirable, Doctora. And like many of our heroes, the frontliners, they stepped up during the pandemic. Okay, we are learning a lot from our discussion today. We will know more about Zen Institute's holistic approach to beauty and wellness when we return. Don't go away. Pathways to Success. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still with us, Zen Institute's founder and CEO, Dr. MJ Torres. Now, Doc MJ, let's talk about the secret to your longevity. What is your business philosophy that allowed you to stay in this business for 18 years?
Okay, so I really have to find that reason, for Zen Institute to exist. And we have these 4 pillars. Now, the first pillar, of course, which everybody loves the most, is aesthetic. So it's all about, removing the wrinkles, contouring, face and body, etc. Then, of course, we have the lifestyle, It's not just being beautiful, but you have to work on your nutrition and exercise. And of course, the third one that goes with the lifestyle is what we call the integrative medicine. Integrative is actually integrated. It's not anymore the alternative, but you have to integrate what was the natural process like colon hydrotherapy, all the detoxification, and of course, the latest is the regenerative cell therapy, or most commonly called
stem cell.
Yes.
Right.
So this stem cell, whether we call it allogeneic, is from someone else's stem cell like bone marrow or fat, and reintroduce it to the person. Then the other one is called the autologous, the one from your own. We extract it and then reintroduce it as well. And then the other one, of course, is the very basic pampering treatment. You want to go to Zen Institute not only to be beautiful, but also to feel good. And so we have this just a basic facial.
Okay, we will talk more about the specific treatments in a bit, Doctora, but I want to know more about the holistic approaches to beauty and wellness. Like you said, it all has to be cohesive, and it doesn't mean if you already do the beauty treatments, it doesn't mean that you should let go of your nutrition or you should forget about working out. You should still be able to integrate all these things in your life.
Yes. So, example, a patient comes to me and would say, Doc, can you work on my eye bags? And of course, aesthetically, we can do that. We have a wide array of treatments to improve the eye. But then, of course, part of that is lifestyle.
Yeah.
How many hours do you get to sleep? Do you get a full 8 hours of sleep, or always 3 or 4 hours? So we also have to work on that. There are patients who are, we call it the insomniac. They can't sleep for a lot of days. So we also have to work on that. And that's why I would say we do a holistic approach. We really tap the root cause of the problem, even if it's just the skin. Sometimes the dry skin is caused by the environment, the food that the patient would eat. So all these things, and that is the reason why we call this kind of therapy a holistic approach to wellness and beauty.
Well, the beauty and wellness industry is rapidly evolving. I'm sure there are many treatments out there every week, it seems, and I'm sure it's so hard to keep up. What are the opportunities and also the threats in the beauty industry?
Okay, there are so many, in our street, in Scout Ralios, I think like two houses away, there's another derma clinic. Look at the right side at the corner, there's another one, and we're almost seem like offering the same thing. But how are we able to sustain and survive? I guess we have our very loyal clients who's been with us since 2006 that we started, and continually doing innovations, being very creative, and we have to know what are the needs of every individual.
Now let's talk about some figures here, because the beauty and personal care market in the Philippines is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's projected to reach $4.7 billion by 2026. So how do you plan to grow Zen Institute to take advantage of this opportunity?
Okay, so first, we already have the products. Okay, the products initially were just distributed inside the clinics of the Zen Institute, but now we went online. So we're now at Lazada and Shopee, and then with the business planning, we are already on that structure of doing some maybe franchising, but on the entry level.
Yeah.
Okay, the entry level meaning just the basic, and the difference between what we're going to do and the existing ones are, this time we provide the doctors. So we don't leave any, if ever there is a franchise, no, we don't leave it unattended medically because it is still under my name, under the Zen Institute, under my leadership.
And you have to protect the brand.
Of course. So we would be training doctors to deploy to these clinics.
Of course, the franchising industry is also a growing industry, and we showed all your products here. That's also, I think, the products are multitasking products now.
Yes.
For your skin treatments.
And you know, these are all my formulation.
Yeah.
This is not something that we just got and then repacked. No, especially the Ultra Block, because I scuba dive. And so I wanted something that's friendly to my skin, and that one is a special formulation that
I'm very curious
so
about the sunblock, because a good sunblock is very in demand these days. It's so hard to find though. Okay, we have much more to talk about, but let's take a quick break. When we return, we'll learn more about the integrative medicine that Zen Institute offers. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to Pathways to Success. If you've just tuned in, we have Dr. MJ Torres of Zen Institute with us to talk about the growth of the beauty and wellness industry. Now, Doc MJ, let's go to the latest innovations in integrative medicine. This is for your bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. First, what is it and how is this done?
Okay, the reason why we call it bioidentical, because it's actually derived from natural hormones. So this is not just a replacement that's synthetic, but this is plant-based. And before we even do that, we do some screening process. So this is very good for those with problems with the reproductive organ, for the premenopausal, for the menopausal, and even
for patients with PCOS,
for patients with PCOS, definitely, and even for those with male has andropause also, so not just female.
You mean the male menopause?
Male menopause, yes.
Okay. Yes, that is something that is not usually talked about these days, right?
But there is.
Okay. Okay, men have issues too with dealing with menopause, but it's called
andropause.
Andropause. Okay, now let's talk about the colon hydrotherapy cleanse. How is this helpful, and are there risks that also involved in this treatment?
Okay, you know, the secret here is I have this very good equipment or machine that's actually coming from Thailand, and it's very relaxing. You only put very tiny, just this small, less than an inch, part of the tube into your anus, and then there's a very warm, sterile water that's comfortable coming in, and all you have to do when you're seated on that colonics machine is just inhale and exhale. And you would just, it will flush out all the toxins in your colon. And that helps with detoxification, with weight management as well. And of course, it's really part of the integrative medicine.
So this is basically a colon cleanse, but how often should we do this?
If you're on a weight management program, we do it once a week for 6 weeks. But of course, we always give something to keep your colon healthy.
And also for your general health.
And general
Some
health.
people do a colon cleanse every 6 months.
For the ones with every 6 months or 3 to 4 months, that's just for detoxification.
Okay. Now let's go to the vitamin infusions.
Yes.
There are many vitamin infusions these days, but what are the benefits, and are there new developments in this kind of treatment?
Okay, so let's not just go overboard with injecting especially the anti-aging or the rejuvenating medicine, especially the glutathione, which has become very much of an issue.
These are the drips, Doc,
the
right?
drips.
In simple terms? Okay.
Yes, the drips, these are the drips, no? So we include vitamins, no? Like B complex, C, calcium, magnesium, and this is the one that actually helps us recover our day-to-day wear and tear. Now for the anti-aging IV therapy, that includes glutathione, but on a minimal dose and not for whitening. And it also has its collagen, all the other anti-aging components that are very much from naturally derived products.
Okay, I've been hearing a lot about ozone therapy. What is this, Doc, and what are the benefits?
Okay, ozone therapy is another detoxification. This is what we do. We extract blood, maybe around 60 to 80 cc, not much. We infuse it in the same bottle and we extract, we have this ozone generator. Ozone generator is O3, it's concentrated oxygen. And then we extract it and we infuse it in the blood that we get from the person, from the patient. And you would see the blood would turn really red once you infuse oxygen because it's concentrated oxygen. Remember the basic thing that we need to oxygenize our red blood cells? That's the one. Then when we do that, we reinsert it back into the system and guess what?
Yes.
You'd feel very energized.
Right. So you've mentioned stem cell therapy earlier. Let's talk more about that. What is the effect of regenerative cell therapy and how do you actually measure its effectiveness?
Okay, let me have a confession. I already did stem cell twice. Okay, the first one, it was autologous, meaning from my own fat. We process it. I have a machine in my clinic, and then it was re-injected back. It was only 60 million cells. The second one, I had Kintaro cells, is from the bone marrow of a donor. This is processed in Japan, but then the technology actually is Russian. And so it was brought here and I was injected with the same, but that was just recently, October of 2023. And the reason why I did that, because I have a mitral valve prolapse, meaning my valve is not closing so much, and because I'm aging, then the collagen...
It doesn't show, by the way.
Okay, thank you. So because I'm aging, the collagen is starting to lose. So with the stem cell, you know, last pandemic, the stem cell worn off, and I had really difficulty in my fluid shift, meaning I just had diarrhea and my blood pressure started to drop. Okay, so I did the stem cell now, it energized me, my heart is back to normal, it's actually pumping very well. So for all the people with autoimmune disease, this is also recommended.
Okay, we will invite you again for another episode so we can talk more about that. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Dr. MJ, for sharing your inspiring journey with us and significant contributions to beauty and wellness.
Thank you.
So investing in beauty takes a lot of time, just like in growing your business. Stay focused, update your skills and knowledge, and remember, the more you learn, the more you earn. I'm Mai Rodriguez. See you again here on BNC, the Billionaire News Channel.